Good night. Hey, everyone, tonight. God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J. I'm Spiritual Vine. I'm here to give you a shout news on today. And you know, this is on Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. And you know, they have a rush at the airport. So these United States Airlines will cover meals, hotel when they are full. But as President Bennett, the White House, huge win for American travelers before Labor Day rush. I talked to y'all like 2 days ago about the dashboard, new dashboard that came out. We're supposed to help travelers with delay and cancellation. They're supposed to give them a meal and a voucher for a hotel, but the dashboard hasn't come out yet, and they're having delays and cancel flights, but there's no meal and no hotel. This weekend, you know, the dashboard hasn't been published yet, so that's why it's not out yet. It would have came in handy for this Labor Day weekend. The dashboard could come in handy for travelers facing cancellation or delay. At busy airports during the Labor Day weekend. So we see the dashboard had not been published yet. Whenever they have delay and you're supposed to have a free meal, supposed to have a voucher for hotel if you have your flight was canceled. You know, if your flight was canceled, you're supposed to be in a rebook. You're supposed to be able to rebook your flight. With delay and cancel. You're supposed to be able to rebook, and then with delay, you're supposed to have a free meal and a voucher for a hotel to wait for your next flight to come in. Second cancellation, they were supposed to be able to rebook, but they said none of this stuff was supposed to come to we're supposed to be with this dashboard, So this wouldn't came in it would have came in handy for female and hotel because they say it have so many delays and so many cancellation for this weekend. Mr. President Bennett administration rolled out a new dashboard for customers of United States Airlines. So he came out with a new dashboard. But it aimed to show travelers what airlines owe them when there is a delay and cancellation, due to staff or mechanical or problems. That's what all the other dashboards were supposed to have. It was supposed to cover all these things. So Jean Pierre said transportation had told top United States Airlines, which they have said um, for the week, say a week ago. And that's when I talked about like 2 or 3 days ago about the dashboard and the carriers and improving their guarantee to travelers ahead of the rollout. But Jean Pierre, she told the reporters that none of the airlines had guaranteed that they would have covered meals, hotels when they at fault. So we don't know where that information came from, but it was out there that in fact they're supposed to get hotels and free meal for delay and cancellation. So now they say eight of the top airline cover hotels, and meals, but not the dashboard, not the dashboard. Only one airline guarantee that they will uh, rebook you for no cost. I don't know who gives the information for the dashboard, but we thought that was gonna come in handy. But you have Mr. President Bennett, he coming out with a new dashboard, and we're gonna see how they will work out. So flights delay and cancellation have been ongoing in for 2022. You've been having delays and cancellation for quite a while. you know. And this Labor Day weekend, the dashboard would have came in handy. It's expected to be a busy weekend, United States airport. You know it's gonna be real busy this weekend, just a Labor Day weekend. You know, everyone gonna be trying to visit their family. So it's gonna be real busy this weekend. So we see the dashboard had not come out yet. They say it's not covering mail or hotel. But they have other airports that will cover mail and one a free mail in hotel. But the dashboard will not be covering the mail in hotel. Only one airline guarantee will book at no cost, but not the dashboard. So that's the story. The dashboard have not come in place yet for the Labor Day weekend. So Mr. President Bennett, he come out. He will be coming out with a new dashboard his own self to help the traveler and guarantee everything that's supposed to come along with it. So I talked to you this morning about the tropical storm Danielle, the hurricane. So this is an update. The tropical storm Danielle strengthened into Hurricane 1. So it's strengthened, because I just talked about it this morning. So the first of an unusual quiet storm season. So the storm is not current a threat to any land. So it's not no really a threat right now. It's a category 1. It has strengthened into a hurricane. So the storm maximum sustained winds will clock at 75 Mach 120, according to the United States National Hurricane Center. So the Hurricane Center said the storm is expected to minion in the Atlantic over the next few days. So they will still be monitoring this storm because it has formed into a hurricane. So there is no coastal watches or warning in effect yet. So they don't have, they say they don't have nothing to worry about right now, but they still will be looking and still will be monitoring. So we see Danielle strengthen into a hurricane when I just talked about it this morning. So that was fast. A category 1. So they will still be monitoring this storm. So that was the update that I talked about this morning, and that was fast. Because now it had a form into a hurricane category 1. So now this next story, it's a woman. She been abducted while she was jogging she in Memphis, Tennessee. So Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is searching for this woman who was allegedly kidnapped. While jogging in Memphis, Tennessee, early Friday morning. So her name is Lisa Felicia. She was 34 years old. She was jogging in the city at around 4:30 in the morning. So when she was forced into a dark color um, car. Felicia is described as a white woman. She was 6 foot, with brown hair, green eyes, and she was wearing a pink running top and a purple shorts. So anyone seen her in that area. So they are investigating, searching for Lisa. I also unsolved missing divine, and I will also spiritual search for her also. You know, and I will give an update on tomorrow. So I talk about the Labor Day rush at the airport. We thought the dashboard was gonna be coming out because it would have came in handy, but they also say is it will not be covering the mail in a hotel. So we have President Benny. He coming out with a new dashboard to help the travelers. And he gonna guarantee whatever what's gonna be in his dashboard. So with the delay and cancellation, it's supposed to be with delay. It's supposed to give them the free meal. It's supposed to give them a voucher for a hotel for their wait to wait for the next flight. Because they're sitting around at the airport for like 3 or 4 hours. When they can be at the hotel, laying their head down until that time come. You know, Um, so um, the cancellation and delay, it seems like it's not working out for this weekend because you have so many delays, so many cancellation. The dashboard did not come through for the Labor Day weekend. You know, it would have came in handy. You know, what you have, Mr. President, being as he coming out with one, but we don't know how long that will be. You know, because this weekend, Labor Day weekend, it will be busy. You know, so Jenny Pierre, you know, is the one that said that the dashboard was not guaranteed to cover the meals and hotels at fault. You know, so they said that there was not covering that. So I don't know where that story came from, but they have. She said the other airlines are covering the hotels and free meal. You know, but the dashboard is not covering none of that. You know, so what I hope we can find something to help the travelers, you know, help the customers, you know, make them feel comfortable, you know, not have them just sitting around the hotel, sitting around the airline, you know, for 4 and 5 hours on top of their luggage waiting for their flight that has been delayed, you know, and then you got cancellation on flights, you know. So I hope we can come up with something to help these travelers, you know, um, for all this delay and cancellation. You know, I thought we had something going with the dashboard, you know, but we got to start back to square one again, you know. So that's that on the Labor Day rush at the airport. You know, so we also talk about the update within their stretching into a hurricane. You know, stretching to the hurricane.